SF9, short for Sensational Feeling 9, is a 9-member group from Galaxy. They are under FNC Entertainment, and the company's first ever dance boy group. SF9 fandom name is Fantasy, which will be further discussed later on. Each member is assigned to an official emoji to represent them. Why do SF9 need to have emojis? More about this will be unfolded later on. SF9 debuted with Fanfare, the main title track of their debut single, Feeling Sensation. In Fanfare MV, you can see the members in separate rooms doing different things. For example, Rowoon is fixing a motorbike, Enseung is drawing and painting, Dawon is laying down on the floor surrounded by many of cassettes, Zuho is listening and or composing music, Chani and Taeyang are on the rooftop practicing dance routine, Jae-eun and Hwyung are in an empty classroom. Jae-eun is reading a book whilst Hwyung is just sitting on the table. Youngbin is the only member who is not shown doing anything. Instead, he is like an observer. He goes to find each member in their respective rooms and seemingly tells them to leave with him. They all go upstairs to spray and paint the word Fanfare on a building's wall. They show rebellious behavior as they toss the spray paint carelessly with an expression of perhaps revenge. Later, they start running because they are probably afraid to be caught for vandalism. But there could also be another reason. Perhaps they sensed that someone or some people entered their place, so they were worried. They probably didn't want their secret hideout or place to be discovered. Also, there is a whiteboard filled with various information concerning the members, that leads to the conclusion that they are being chased by someone and they are already aware of it. So, they return to their place and discover Fanfare was also painted on their basement wall. They stare at the wall, probably confused about this whole situation. Perhaps they are wondering if someone was watching them earlier whilst they were painting the same word, Fanfare. Later, a time bomb goes off and colorful confetti explodes. What can be interpreted from is that it was obviously not a real bomb, so they were being trolled or warned by the enemy not to mess with them or cause problems. Towards the end, the members just walk away from the scene. Now let's go back a little to focus on Youngbin's role in this entire MV. He is a foreseer. He was able to know someone or some people will invade SF9's secret hideaway or place, so he had to warn each member about it by going to see them in their separate rooms. We can see Youngbin laying against a stack of multiple mini-TVs with distressed and disappointed body language. So who planted this time bomb and why? Is it safe to say that it was SF9 enemy, or could we take a different approach to this? Maybe it is one of the members who planned this for whatever reason. Let's assume they did it to verify something. One of the common reasons is to test to see if there is betrayer amongst them who might report them to the enemy. Then there is the possibility that it is actually Youngbin who did this because he knows or suspects one of the members is working with the enemy, and this was the only way for him to reveal the truth. The only person that seemed slightly suspicious would be, in my opinion, Hwyung. He is the only member who refuses to do anything compared to Jae-eun, who was reading a book in front of him. Also, why is it when all the members walked away from the wall, only Hwyung turned back? What did he want to verify? So many possibilities, but let's just assume it is whoever you all want to think it is. Now moving on to the emojis part. Every member has an emoji. Starting with Youngbin, his emoji is a 4-leaf clover. According to Celtics, this leaf was presumed to offer magical protection and ward off bad luck. Enseung emoji is chestnut. The general symbolic meaning of chestnuts is primarily connected to prevention and foresight. Hey, perhaps that is why Enseung was the only one alongside Rowoon, to be able to complete the mission of protecting the stolen, lost son in Oh Solmyo. Jae-eun emoji is hatching chick. This emoji is known to represent new beginnings and birth. Other interpretations include having the courage to come out of your shell to see the outside world. So Jaehoon could associate it with new beginnings as learning because an egg hatches, it now needs to be taught the basics and so on. Jaehoon reading a book in Fanfare music video, another way of showing us his process of learning. Dawen's emoji is tongue. Tongue emoji in Dawen's case could imply joking around, laughter, and goofiness. But it can also represent communication. Oh, is that why Dawen knows multiple languages as well as likes to talk a lot on TV? This emoji really seems to reflect some of Dawen's trait in a way. Rowoon emoji is mouse. This one represents the personification of instinct because mice in general survive on their own instinct to defend themselves from enemies. Mouse relies heavily on timing to be aware of when to and not to do something. Furthermore, mice possess the ability of seeing little details that others cannot, which means they can observe things in great detail. Is this how Rowoon was able to find out that the sun was stolen in Osolmyo and then contacted Inseong for help? Zuho emoji is lion. The lion can represent earth, as well as fertility. On the other hand, this animal can represent the underworld. Lions are also commonly related to having proud and courageous traits. Is that Zuho is proud of his "my nose is my swag"?
My nose is my swag.
Greek myth links this animal to divine hero to Heracles, who was very popular during Roman times. But we must discuss how lion representing the underworld is closely linked to SF9 latest release, Enough. The concept is about a famous Greek mythology called Narcissus. And arguably, Enough music video seems to be depicting SF9 members being in the underworld whilst Chani is tempted by his reflection on the water and perhaps joins the rest of the members after falling in the water, just like how Narcissus did. Taeyang's emoji is sun. The sun has long been a symbol of power, growth, health, passion and the cycle of life in many cultures and religions throughout time. Looking at it in the Marvel side, during the 20th century of pop culture, it was believed that the sun gives superhuman strength to comic book hero Superman. Such strength allows him to protect and rescue people in danger. We can conclude that Taeyang is someone who is passionate, especially when it comes to dancing. Hwyoung emoji is the top arrow. This emoji is commonly used to compliment someone's appearance. It also could have the meaning of being on top or going up, which can be linked to ambition and thriving for more success. Hwyoung has been getting a lot of compliment for his exterior appearance, especially since last year. Last but not least, it's Chani's emoji. His emoji is a yellow face with smiling eyes, closed smile, and blue halo over the head. This one in particular simply represents angels, prayers, and blessings. It also known to convey angelic and innocent behavior such as doing good deeds. And finally, it is about SF9's fandom name, Fantasy. Now this was decided based on a poll around their debut time. So it is the fans' unanimous choice that decided SF9's fandom name. How amazing! Fantasy is associated with fairy tales and anything that is not real. It is also a genre in films and dramas likewise. So is SF9's fandom just pure fantasy and not real? Do the fans exist? Well, yeah, of course, because the members revealed that the fandom name is broken down to acronyms: Future, Accompany, Next, Together, Effect, SF9, U. One thing to pay attention on the acronyms is the word future. SF9 did a futuristic concept with Easy Love, and there is one more thing to add. They released a song called Together in their debut single Feeling Sensation. Oh, and one more thing. They also provided an official emoji for the fandom which resembles Galaxy. Oh wait, they are 9 boys from Galaxy, right? Hope this was a useful crash course for those who are new to SF9 and those who are not. Thank you.
Can you hear me calling?